My name is Dennis Hassel. I am your captain, if that wasn't obvious. We're going to do party hats. You're going to be sent on a mission soon. Because when I was working for a non-profit organization, we decided that at every meeting, board meetings, production meetings, planning meetings, at every meeting, it would be an excuse for a party. It worked so well, it was so productive, that we tried it at our church. It was so working well and productive and fun that we decided that we would try it in classrooms. And it worked so well. Every meeting can be an excuse for a party and get your work done better than before. So we are going to take on a party hat. We're going to wear our party hat when we meet. So I want to send you on your challenge, which is in 60 seconds, to find a party hat that is not a hat. You have to transform something into your party hat. It could be very simple, like a piece of cardboard. Now this is what they used to call a folder in the days of paper in offices. Well, if you're in an office and not at home right now, you take one of these, cut it into an asterisk shape, and you've created a crown that will hold the hat in place while you're wearing it, a very adjustable sized hat. Or you could make something like from newspaper, you can make the old sailor's hat that my grandfather taught me. I don't know if some of you even know what newspapers are anymore, but we used to make pointed hats out of those as well. So find anything. You could even fall back on the B's, which is bags and baskets and bowls and boxes. All kinds of ideas. Your party hat cannot be a regular hat. Maybe you have an old boot with laces long enough you can tie under your chin. Find something with a story, something you can wear proudly as your hat, and afterwards you'll explain it to the others, whether your story is short or long, for the hat that you have made that is not a hat, but it is a party hat for our purposes. So you have 1 minute, and come back with your hat. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone has their hats. Now, in a big group or in breakout rooms of, say, 5 or more, tell the story of your hat and how you got it and where you made it. It may be a very short story. It may be an object that has a little bit of a story behind it, or maybe you fashioned something. But when people see it, they may have questions. Enjoy. You're in the hands of the first mate, and you have a few minutes to share the story of your hats before you go to the next challenge. Is this better? Is this more Admiralty? Everyone for this challenge is going to need some standard size paper like this and at least one felt pen, not a fine point. Then in gallery view, you're going to draw a beautiful portrait of one person's face in less than a minute. You have to fill the page with their head outline like this. Fill the page. No hair anywhere, no glasses, no skin color, just a face. You see it? Just the outline, not even the ears. You'll soon go out of screen share, and if my voice is too hard to hear, the first mate can read off the instructions by doing print screen of the very end of the video. That is the backup.
The first mate will now turn on their mic, turn up their speaker, and without turning off my video so you can hear my voice, end screen now. So now you're going to pick a face from the gallery view and just draw the outline of their head. No ears. Go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Now draw just their ears, picking that same person from gallery view. Anyone. Ears. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Now about halfway down the head, draw their eyes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hurry, hurry, stop. Now draw their nose. 4, 3, 2, hurry, 1, stop. Now draw their eyebrows. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. And now draw their mouth. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Now add any features like dimples, cheeks, bags. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Put your pens down. Hold up your masterpiece full size to your camera. And now the first mate and anyone else can now take a print screen of the whole gallery of raw portraits. Everyone hold your speed sketch up. Now, you're all going to typecast. In gallery view, keep holding up the portraits so everyone sees all of them. The first mate has everyone quickly vote on each sketch of who it most looks like. And the same person cannot win 2 votes because everyone will have a portrait at the end. Now, if you have more than 12 players, the screens may be too small, so the first mate can pick 4 sketches at a time to vote on. First mate will pause my voiceover until the voting is over. On 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. So the voting is over, yes? And you can hear me. Now, everyone write the voted on name at the bottom of your masterpiece. Who did everyone say it was? Now, you have 30 seconds to add hair, glasses, color for the portrait of the person voted on. 30 seconds, go. "15 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bingo, bango, bongo! You have made something. Something personal for someone else. Don't forget to sign your artwork, because this challenge was really about affirming others for making the effort. Here's the finale. Everyone holds up all portraits in gallery view, so it's literally a portrait gallery, and anyone can print screen the whole gallery. You all pick and pin the top 3 sketches with the portrait held up beside the artist who drew it for print screen. And you can print screen the portrait of yourself as your avatar for the next time this group meets. The first mate will pop out now to pause my screen and my voice on the slide of instructions so that you can share screen and you can refer back to the list of steps if you need it. The first mate has the helm. Do you remember dating? Think about the first date you ever had. Who? When? Where? Think about the worst date you ever had. Who? When? Where? Now, think about what would be your ideal date. Now, if you're in a committed relationship, you can still go on dates. With each other, partners date each other. Dates and relationships have stories. Of course, you can always say pass in any category if you want, if you have memories like I have. Or just make it all up. That's what I do. If you're short on time, you can omit the ideal date. And don't overthink it. Look, here's an example to prompt your memories. My first date was Claire. Junior high school. She was cute, tall, smart, self-possessed. The dental braces were a little mysterious to me. But anyway, I took her to the movies, and when the feature had begun, I made my smooth move. I casually pretended to yawn and to stretch and to put my arm over her shoulder. But Claire was almost as tall as I was, and I elbowed her right in the head, hard. After the movie, I walked her home, and on the street where she lived, with climbing roses in the trellis beside us, well, I leaned in to kiss her in that dusky light. And Claire looked at me and she said, "Dennis, what are you doing?" I said, "Nothing." And she said, "Well, slow down, cowboy. Why don't we get to know each other more first?" Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. I apologized, and we are still friends 50 years later. Worst date. Hard to choose from so many. In the last summer of high school, I took my girlfriend to dinner in a very romantic, very pricey restaurant. And then we went to a house party. And there on that house property, in the darkness of the garage, I found her kissing my best friend. A few days later, I moved out of province and I didn't see her again. But later she apologized. And you know what? We're still friends 50,000 years later. An ideal date for me would be with my wife, oceanside, boating, swimming, dinner on the edge of the sea, and live music and dancing, and then on the way back to the hotel, in a dark laneway, dripping with night-blooming jasmine flowers, we would stop in the shadows to kiss, and the two of us would fall over a duffel bag full of cash. That is my ideal date. It's so easy, so just relax. Your memories will return to you. Look, if there's a lot of players, the first mate, of course, can put you into breakout rooms. Everybody shares in order clockwise for a minute or less in each category, in order. Let's look at the slide. 2 or 3 rounds of stories, my first date, my worst date, and if time allows, my ideal date is, you have 1 minute maximum to tell each story. If there are breakout rooms, and if you have time, the best story from each breakout room team could be chosen by the team. One best story for sharing in the main room. That's it. If you have to lie, tell a whopper. You are in a lifeboat at sea, at the mercy of the elements. It is terribly hot during the day and deadly cold at night. You have to build a shelter against sun and rain. You have to build a blanket fort in your lifeboat. Your webcam has to be inside your blanket fort, but here's the good news. You can bring into your fort drink and food and music and books and stuffed animals, a tea or a coffee pot, and pillows, a guitar, and a light. Use sheets not blankets, because sheets let in light and they are so lightweight they're easier to string up than heavy blankets. So before you set up your contents and your interior of your fort, you have to do some engineering on your fort. And here's the bad news. You have only 5 minutes to make your man cave or woman cave or pop-up rave. There'll be points for durability and for style. When the music starts during the timer, you're halfway through your time. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cast off! Now in speaker view, you will each show and tell your blanket fort. And the first mate will lead the voting by you giving an expression button for hands up or thumbs up, or just raise your hand on camera to vote for gold and silver and bronze. And for cardboard, which is the Three Little Pigs Engineering Epic Fail Award. And then the first mate will stop my video, end share screen, and commence the show and tell. And then you can pick finalists for the final voting. For this challenge, custom t-shirts, you will need a notepad. First mate can pause here if people need to get set. Okay, we'll continue. This challenge is called custom t-shirts. You get to put anything you want on a t-shirt if you would wear it in public. What would be your personal slogan? What's your motto? What's your philosophy? What would be your family motto? And what is your strongest conviction about family? Or about romantic love? What would you say as your proverb? What is your philosophy about work? What would you say today about how you really feel today? We're just talking about today, not tomorrow. The hard part of having a saying is to narrow it down. You can pick one category. Feeling overwhelmed or inadequate. Feeling salty towards others. Something you want your family to read. Something you want your coworkers to read. Something you want your customers to read. And all of these are something you would wear. Love of certain foods. Common wisdom that you think is nuts. Write about that. Or falling short in your health or in your wealth. Do not panic. This is not about coming up with a profound thought. This is an exercise in not panicking. Come up with your t-shirt saying and write it large on a sheet of paper. You have 3 minutes. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, some of you may be feeling bad. You couldn't think of anything on the spot that you like. You think it's lame. Well, maybe it is lame because there are too many choices and because you are an introvert. You took this way too seriously. So some of you may feel naked right now, so I brought you a really big t-shirt to wear. You're welcome to use or adapt any of these. Well, those who still need a saying go shopping. Those of you who already have their saying also have to look here for another saying that you would wear on some days. And everyone, you can chat message each other, the first mate, when you are ready to share. So first mate will be looking in their chat box to see who is ready to share their t-shirt. And then you can pin them. And when most are finished, the first mate will invite people row by row to share your custom t-shirt once we know everyone's ready. And the saying you adopted off the screen. As always, anyone can pass. And if there's a lot of players or time is short, you can break out into smaller rooms, in breakout rooms. First mate has the helm,